Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Arizona.
The Diamondbacks scored 33 runs in their three-game series with the Houston Astros here at Chase Field. Jason Kubel led the way with 4 home runs over the last 2 days as the Diamondbacks swept the Astros out of town. The homestand continues tonight against the Colorado Rockies as the D-backs look to continue their hot hitting in the desert heat. It's Game 4 of a 10-game homestand next on Fox Sports Arizona. Chase Field in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And tonight, it's game number 4 of this long homestand, the first game of the series between the Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. And the Diamondbacks enter play tonight 6 behind the first place San Francisco Giants, while the Rockies find themselves in the basement in the division. Hello again, everybody. Mark Grace is back. Glad to have him back aboard. I'm Greg Schulte. Diamondbacks on a 3-game winning streak right now as they took care of the Houston Astros in the first of this long homestand, Gracie. Now the Colorado Rockies are in town, but just getting back briefly to the ball games against Houston. The Diamondbacks really hit the baseball. Our APS Energy All-Stars, well, just look at all those numbers.
Yeah, for the last week, the Diamondbacks have been swinging the bat very well. They did it in Cincinnati, but we'll focus on the last 3 games. They came out against the Houston Astros and absolutely pounded the baseball. And the guy leading the charge was no other than Jason Kubel. He's been doing it all year, Greg, but he just came out and decided, you know what? We need to sweep this series. Guys, hop on my back. I'm going to carry us to the promised land. 4 home runs the last 2 games. He just continues to impress just in his first season here in the National League.
And he's got that batting average up to .300 on the season. So Kubel will lead the Diamondbacks against a Colorado ball club that they can hit the baseball. They hit it a lot better at home than they do on the road, but nevertheless, they can hit the ball. They're a good hitting baseball club. When we come back, Jody Jackson will take a look at tonight's starter, Ian Kennedy. Diamondbacks and the Rockies, first of 3 here. Stay with us. Largest 4G network, AT&T, rethink possible. Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo at Jack in the Box. It's a no-nonsense burger with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores.
And welcome back. Chase Field, downtown Phoenix. Diamondbacks in the fourth game of a 10-game homestand. A 3-game set starts tonight on this Monday against the Colorado Rockies. Hi, everybody. Jody Jackson with you on the field. And it's been an up-and-down season so far for Diamondback pitcher Ian Kennedy. And that's been the case also after the All-Star break. He lost his first game back from the break to Chicago at Wrigley Field. Then, though, his next start at Cincinnati was arguably his best of the season. He got into some trouble early, but ended up going 8 innings, gave up 8 hits, but just 1 run, and struck out 7. Miguel Montero told me that the two of them got together and talked before the game. Miguel told him not to place the ball, don't aim the ball, and he felt that he was much more aggressive with his pitches. Kirk Gibson also mentioned the fact that when you get behind in the count, it's so important to have that third pitch. And so the fastball really set up the curveball for Ian Kennedy in that start against the Reds. And Gibson also mentioned that he's got to throw that curveball with more confidence. He's working on that, getting better in that. Speaking of confidence, the team, the Diamondbacks, are 5-0 in Kennedy's last 5 starts against the Rockies. Diamondbacks looking to stay hot, looking to win 4 in a row tonight.
Having swept Houston out of town, now they got the Colorado Rockies to deal with over the next 3 nights. Let's take a look at Jim Tracy's lineup. Fowler, Scudero, Gonzalez, Kadire. That's pretty good foursome. Tyler Coleman having a heck of a year. Ramon Hernandez behind the plate. Josh Rutledge, a rookie, playing short. DJ LeMahieu at third base. And the newcomer, Jonathan Sanchez, a former San Francisco Giant, very briefly a Kansas City Royal, just acquired at a deal for Jeremy Guthrie on the mound for the Colorado Rockies. Let's take a look at our Arizona Ford starting pitcher, Mark Grayson. That is one Ian Kennedy. Last time out against the Reds, pretty good.
Yeah, it was real good, and it was much needed for Ian Kennedy. He had really struggled going into that outing, but he went against a first-place Reds team and really went in there and showed him who was boss. He threw 8 strong innings, only giving up 1 run. Now here he goes again, and in I think a homestand that couldn't have started any better, Greg, and now it needs to continue against the Rockies club.
No doubt about that. Rockies come in here 36-58. First pitch of the night is fouled back and out of play by the hot-hitting Dexter Fowler. Roof panels closed, 102 outside. I think we had a dust storm blow through here a little earlier. Very comfortable 79 degrees inside as we play night baseball. July quickly coming to a close, isn't it? There's a ball inside. Mike Winters, our home plate umpire here tonight. Fowler is switch hitter. He'll take a strike, and this guy can fly.
He can fly, and he is Superman against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yes, he is. He has really hit them well. Kennedy's pitch is high, and the count will even up at 2-2.
Last time we went to Colorado, Greg, our key to the game was walk 'em, and we were doing that against Dexter Fowler.
He hits this one foul back.
Because he just has decided in his career he just doesn't like to make outs against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he hits a lot of long balls, too. Career numbers right there. He doesn't have many career home runs.
No.
Don't say that to the Diamondbacks.
He does against them, you're right. Breaking ball will miss away, and the counts run full there, 3-2 on the leadoff guy. And he, not really a big base dealer, but he's got that great speed on the bases, creates some havoc if he gets on. And he courts this one deep. Anybody get there? Young in front of the pool area makes the catch. One away. I'll be honest with you. I thought that ball was hit even further than what it went. Would have left his bat.
I think it got in on him just a shade, just enough to keep it in the ballpark, and made the ball hang up in the air for a long time. And if a ball hangs out there between Chris Young and Justin Upton, they're going to run it down.
And Jason Kubel with those 11 outfield assists over and left. Roberts at third tonight with Bloomquist, Hill, and Goldschmidt. The remainder of the infield, Montero is catching Ian Kennedy. Roberts at third tonight.
Well, how was the debut of young Mr. Wheeler? I was gone this weekend.
It was interesting. There's a shot to right. Upton backing up. He's there. He's got it. And that's out number 2. He struck out his first couple of times up, but he did get a hit in his first major league game. He's had 2 hits now.
Big kid. Gosh, I saw him down on the field today. I felt like I needed to call him sir.
93 games in the minor leagues, Gracie, and 90 runs batted in for him.
Incredible.
Well, he got a shot. It's Daniel Hudson kind of hidden right in front of him there. Daniel just underwent the Tommy John surgery. Good to see him on the bench. There's Carlos Gonzalez, a one-time Diamondback prospect, who is also a one-time Oakland A's prospect and is now a star with the Colorado Rockies. He takes a strike.
Pretty fast ball there from Ian Kennedy, just dots the outside corner. Ian had been saying during his struggles that he really just had a tough time with his command, the command of the fastball. Too many pitches in the middle of the plate. That one was a beauty.
That's fouled back. One-handed swing that time by Cargo, as they call it.
The bottom hand came off the bat. Another fabulous year. And a fabulous career against the Diamondbacks.
So Kennedy trying to roll through this first inning without any damage, and he'll miss away. Ian's career numbers over the second half are much better than the first half. 35 career starts after the All-Star break, 19-6 with an ERA under 3. And he strikes out Gonzalez. Montero tags him in a 1-2-3 inning. And the Diamondbacks will face Jonathan Sanchez in the bottom of the first.
through his period of shave or don't shave. I think it depends on how the team's doing, I believe.
Well, they're doing pretty well right now, so let it grow, right? Here's the Diamondbacks monster starting lineup. Bloomquist, Hill, and Kubel. Goldschmidt hitting cleanup. Up into that 5 spot, Montero, Young, Roberts, and Kennedy. And the guy they're facing, an old nemesis from his many years with the San Francisco Giants, Jonathan Sanchez.
When you talk about command issues, this guy has always had great stuff. Just throws way too much of that stuff outside of the strike zone. He's thrown a no-hitter in his career. Went over to the Kansas City Royals for Melky Cabrera in the offseason. It just did not go well for him at all as a Royal.
Bloomquist takes the ball inside. In fact, his last start with Kansas City before the trade was on July 16th. And hitting in the third, 7 hits, 7 earned runs. Allowed 2 home runs and had a walk. And that was the end right there. Ground ball, base hit left field for Bloomquist to start the night for the D-backs.
That got him a ticket to Denver, didn't it?
Yeah. Let's take a look at the Rockies' defense behind Sanchez. An outfield left to right of Gonzalez, Fowler, and Colvin. LeMahieu is at third tonight with Rutledge at short. Scudero at second, Kadire at first base, and the veteran Hernandez catching Sanchez. There's Aaron Hill. Fowler can track him down out there in the outfield, can he?
He is a gazelle.
Hill with a 13-game hitting streak as he steps to the plate.
He's done a lot more of hitting to the right side, especially in these situations. You know, Aaron Hill loves to pull the baseball, and he's very good at pulling the baseball, but he's even becoming a bigger threat now that he's slowly but surely learning how to swat the ball the other way as well.
And he's got a hole on that right side of the infield. He takes a breaking pitch for a strike. Well, with Kadire holding the base runner, Bloomquist. Hill on the homestand's gone 5 for 11. Scored 5 runs.
You can see I'm sorry, Greg. You can see already these Diamondbacks. They're going to try and wait out Sanchez. They're going to take a lot of early pitches, see if he'll fall behind.
A late strike call there by Mike Winters, 0-2. Hill this year against the Rockies has hit .385. He's 10 for 26 with a home run.
Well, he's been a pleasure to watch this year, hasn't he?
Both with the bat and with the glove. And a ground ball to the right side. Just didn't get it far over enough. And that turns into a double play as it's handled by Scudero to Rutledge and Kadire. Well, now let's look at our Kia Motors key to tonight's game.
Whoa, can we wait on that a little bit?
All I want is to meet Mark Grace.
Well, we can do that. We can make that happen, young lady.
Pressure's on. You're back in tow here, Gracie.
Oh, this
Diamondbacks won 3 straight.
This must be yours.
And
is this yours tonight, Greg?
Yeah, you're back in the booth with us now.
Oh, so
we had the Candyman for 2 wins and the Hall of Famer Joe Garagiola last night, or yesterday, I should say.
Okay. The pressure is on me.
You're always a pressure hitter.
It's a challenge that I absolutely welcome. Yeah, he got a big win yesterday. Boy, Jonathan Sanchez throwing nothing but strikes here early in the ball game. All right, bring it on. Pressure's on. I like it. So, yeah, I missed all the Jason Kubel homers.
He missed a lot of hitting, and Kubel strikes out. This inning's over. No runs. They got a double play. Nobody left. No score after 1. backs a base runner, but a double play against Sanchez. Now back to work goes Ian Kennedy. He had a 1-2-3 first. Kadire, Colvin, and Hernandez. And a strike call. A couple of former Twins right smack dab in the middle of their lineups in this ballgame. Kadire with the Rockies and Kubel with the D-backs. There's a lot of offense taken away from that Minnesota club from a year ago. Ball and a strike. And they rank from 2002 through 2011 in many offensive categories. Kadire and Kubel playing against one another. There's a foul out of play. There's some of the numbers on these two guys. That's a lot of games in Minneapolis. A lot of runs batted in, hits.
You had Justin Morneau, Mauer. With these two guys, it's easy to see why he's tapped to the right side. Nice play by Goldschmidt.
It wasn't easy, was it?
No, it was an in-between hop that he had to kind of side saddle a little bit. Made a good play. But it's easy to see how with Mauer and Morneau, Kubel, Kadire, it's easy to see why they won so many games and had so much success in Minnesota. That's some hitting.
Yeah. And now they have taken their hitting shoes and gone to the desert.
I mean, Greg, you followed the game enough. You knew Jason Kubel was a good hitter. I didn't know he was this good a hitter. I really didn't.
You know, you look at his numbers in the American League and you see the 300 batting average and won over 100 RBIs and 3 or 4 years with 20 or more home runs. He got off to kind of a so-so start with the Diamondbacks, but he's basically put them on his back here for about the last month and a half. It seems like any time on base with Kubel up there at the plate, he's getting them in.
He's getting a big hit. There's our Lucha Libre boys. It looks like they want more cowbell or more Kubel. I see. I guess they have a fever.
Tyler Colvin on an 0-2 pitch takes outside. This kid's having a good year. Came over in the Ian Stewart deal from the Chicago Cubs, and he slugged 13 homers, driven in 41. Batting average is up there.
He was a bit player for the first couple of months. He's really caught fire late.
Hitting .310 since June 9th. 20 extra base hits, including 10 home runs. Ian's retired the first 4. He's 2-2 here on Colvin. And just missed. Full now 3-2.
Well, he went right after him, didn't he?
Rockies played a 3-game series in San Diego, went 1-2 against the Padres.
Padres playing better baseball. Much better baseball. Oh, what a pitch. After a bunch of pitches to the outside part of the plate, Greg, I think he accidentally went to the inside. Watch Montero, he sets away. But the pitch goes to the inside part of the plate. Colvin knew it, rung it right up.
Sometimes an umpire won't give you that pitch either.
That's
if there's
exactly
that much
right.
movement by a catcher. But Mike Winters stayed with it.
Well, Mike Winters, a veteran umpire, been around a long time. Speaking of San Diego, he's a San Diego boy. Always been more of a pitcher's umpire. He'll go wide with you.
Ground ball back toward the middle. Diving stop. Bloomquist gets to his feet. Throws. Got him. What a play by Willie to get Ramon Hernandez and rob him of a hit and end the inning. Willie keeps doing it. His defense, his offense, he's doing it all. And the Rockies shut down for a second consecutive inning.
This game, Jody Jackson with you as Jonathan Sanchez makes his debut as a Colorado Rocky. Of course, he was in the NL West as a San Francisco Giant. And before today's game, manager Jim Tracy talked very frankly about the fact that I haven't seen him pitch lately. We know he had electric stuff when he was with the Giants. But frankly, I'm as interested as you guys to see what he has today. When you come over with a 7.76 ERA from Kansas City, it's got to be command that's the problem. But he's played a lot against these Diamondbacks when he was with the Giants, and you see that the numbers pretty solid. He's had trouble against the Diamondbacks at times, but he's been successful at times as well.
And he's had trouble with Paul Goldschmidt, who sends the first one into the bleachers for a long home run to give the Diamondbacks a 1-0 lead.
Well, it didn't take long for, excuse me, I just have to do this, Greg. Hammers one about 20 rows up in left center field. No doubt about that one. First pitch, bam! Way out of here. Nice quick to the ball. Look at the head stay right on the baseball. He just drives it way out of here. That is home run number 13 and RBI number 46 for the first baseman. Repo's killed.
And it's a Fulton home run, so another $150 going to Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Yes, it was. He is just hammered left-handed pitching since May 19th.
To the point of just silliness, isn't it?
It really is. There's Upton hitting one foul right side that's going to get out of play. But Goldschmidt, since mid-May, has hit better than 500 with 20 extra base hits.
That's crazy.
On-base percentage, slugging percentage, and that leads all major leaguers in all of those categories against lefties.
First pitch he sees all night, boom.
Upton hits one foul to the plate.
Well, Greg, it was last spring, not this past spring, but the spring before. And I know we were doing a TV game, which meant I'm sure there was a radio game going as well in spring training. And Paul Goldschmidt came up to pinch hit about the 8th inning, and he hit a towering monster home run to tie the ball game up. And we had heard about him. You know, he was an A-ball player hitting a bunch of home runs. That was ripped into left field by Upton.
The legend was born, though, on that swing, wasn't it?
And it was but another 3 months or so before he became a major league player. But his minor league numbers were just insane last year. But you just knew when you saw just how far he hit that ball a couple of springs ago, that this kid was going to be a special player. And I think we're just seeing the very beginning. I think he's going to be a perennial all-star here shortly.
Well, he's right around the 300 mark with his batting average that Gracie mentioned, his 13th home run, 46 runs batted in. All the doubles.
Yeah, it's not just home runs. He's got extra base hits. He's hitting for average.
Upton follow with a single now.
And I think Paul Goldschmidt, and this is something near and dear to me, I think he's better than advertised defensively as well.
No doubt. Well, we've talked about it, Gracie, with the Diamondbacks swinging the bats as well as they are. There's a lot of protection for each hitter in this order right now. You know, Goldschmidt's got Upton, and Upton's got Montero. Young's starting to swing the bat a little bit. You know, Kubal's got Hill. I mean, they've all got some protection in there.
Like even the top of the order, you look at Bloomquist hitting over 300, Hill hitting over 300, Kubal. There's some thunder right now. These guys are swinging the bats, and they're swinging the bats at a great level right now.
Indeed, they are. They're third in the National League in hitting. The Rockies are second. St. Louis leads the league. Goldschmidt's given the Diamondbacks a 1-0 lead over Sanchez and the Rockies here in the second. Upton follow that with a base hit. Montero with a ball strike count. Throw over. Now the Rockies, if you had not heard, these days they use a 4-man pitching rotation. They're going back way old school, but there's a catch to it. They're only having that starter throw about 75 pitches before they go to the bullpen. I don't know what the plan is. I'm guessing it'll be the same with Sanchez. There goes Upton. He had a good jump. Montero hits it down to first. Kadire will make the play at the bag to retire Montero for the first out.
Well, he got a great jump. Montero had already had a 1-1 count. You can't expect Montero to take a pitch to get to strike 2. And he just happened to hit. He hit it hard, but he hit it right at Kadire at first base. So a productive out it is. And don't be surprised if Justin Upton takes off for third base in this at-bat here, Greg.
Young is a hitter. CY had a big 3-run homer in that 7-run 6th inning yesterday. And his bat's been hot of late. 4-game hitting streak. And the extra base hits are starting to fly around a little bit more consistently. This was yesterday.
What I liked about this is this was off a right-handed pitcher. Chris Young has been struggling this year against right-handed pitching. He let that ball travel nicely and just blistered it for a 3-run homer and put some distance in front of the Diamondbacks and the Houston Astros.
That's a strength that catches the inside corner. Time is called by Hernandez. He's going to go to the mound to visit here with
probably going to tell him, make sure you pay attention to Justin Upton back there. Let's not give up a cheap stolen base and fall behind by a couple runs. You know, give him a look or two, maybe even 3 looks.
Upton, by the way, with that hit, now has a 7-game hitting streak. He's taken to that number 5 spot in the batting order pretty well.
He's been awfully good. Kubal's been awfully good in the 3-hole as well.
Yeah.
This team has just been much better since that move. Why? Who knows? We can speculate all we want, but whatever it's done, it's working.
Sanchez, 17th career start against the Diamondbacks. He was a member of the 2010 World Series champion Giants. He won 13 games that year, an ERA just over 3, and he was 8th in the National League in strikeouts with 205.
It's a crazy game, boy. And he's always, even in his good days too, Greg, as we've seen over the years, he had problems with walks, even all those, even better years, but he has not been able to pitch around him this year for the Kansas City Royals, and we'll see how he does here this evening in his first start with the Rockies.
Young takes it outside. He draws a walk. He's going to be 2 on in the inning for Ryan Roberts. Diamondbacks have done very, very well with runners in scoring position over their last 5 ball games. It's almost like somebody gets on base, they're going to get him in. That wasn't always the case. In fact, the last 5 games, almost 500.
Yeah, as you said, the walks, and then you add the hits. The Houston Astros, you get that many base runners, man. You're just putting too much pressure on your defense. You're putting too much pressure on your hitters. We get a trip to the mound. Bo McLaughlin, the new pitching coach for the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, they actually have a duo pitching coach right now. Bo McLaughlin is in the dugout with manager Jim Tracy, and Jim Wright, who shares the duties with McLaughlin, is in the bullpen. Bob Apodaca, the longtime Rockies pitching coach, is now moved upstairs, working alongside Dan O'Dowd. Jim Wright.
Jim Wright's right there. Jim Wright was my very first, he wasn't my pitching coach, but the pitching coach on the team I was on in Peoria, Illinois.
Hey.
You know Pete McCannon? Pete McCannon was my manager. He's now.
How about Pete Vanaken?
Yeah, there you go.
Twist, but no throw back to
Harry Carey's best friend in the world.
Yeah. Harry would plug him once a game, wouldn't he?
And Pete's still alive and kicking down in Peoria, Illinois.
It's a good city, Peoria, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Central Illinois. Ryan Roberts in the air, but foul out of play, strike 1. Roberts, since the All-Star break, has gone 7 for 14.
And I think that leads the National League, doesn't it?
Well, that'd be a 500 average.
7 for 14 since the break, though. That is fabulous. He's looking for playing time. Wheeler's going to get, he's here to play.
He's talking with the veteran John McDonald. And I guarantee you, Johnny Max answering any question he wants to ask and probably even offering a lot of advice.
That's the one great part about being a 38-year-old veteran like John McDonald. You get these fresh-faced youngsters up here. I mean, he's just wearing John McDonald out again. Why is the sky blue? Why is grass green? It's just like a little.
How come we wear white at home?
Yeah, like a little puppy dog walking between your feet and tripping you up. You know, that's exactly what Wheeler's doing right now.
Roberts with an 0-2 count, and he takes one outside. This is a big at bat in this inning for the Diamondbacks, and for Sanchez. He's got the number 8 hitter up. You got speed at second base, and you got speed at first base with Upton and Young. Run already in. You got the pitcher next. And Roberts playing a big part to this inning, trying to do some damage here.
Yeah, Upton was really starting to get a big lead. Sanchez wisely stepped off because I think the speed of Upton and Young at first base, this has double steal written all over it here. Sanchez is going to have to really pay close attention. Just missed.
Roberts has taken a couple of really close pitches, got away with them, and he's gotten the count even out 2-2.
But by being out there on second base and giving Sanchez something else to look at, Greg, that just might mean a mistake to the most important person on the field, and that's Ryan Roberts.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Real good slider down there.
This was well before batting practice even today. This is probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. Ryan Wheeler taking ground ball after ground ball hit to him by Matt Williams.
Well, that's a great shot of one of the best of all time defensively. Matt Williams working on the footwork. John McDonald out there.
Alan Trammell's been out there from time to time.
He's still really raw defensively. They say he struggles going to his backhand side.
Well, he'll get all the help he needs here. There's a ground ball in his second. Scooter overthrow Kennedy out. The Diamondbacks get the 1 run of the home run to lead off the inning by Goldschmidt. They'll leave a pair, but after 2, they're on top 1-0. Tech's road trip to the Miller Taste team at 620 for your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyweight trips this summer.
Leading off for Colorado, shortstop number 14, Josh Rutledge.
Paul Goldschmidt, a home run in the bottom of the second, has given the Diamondbacks a 1-0 lead. And Kennedy back to work. He's retired the first 6 he has faced. Bottom of the order, Josh Rutledge, DJ LeMahieu, and Jonathan Sanchez, a pitcher.
Some guys that a month or so ago, you weren't saying their names here for the Rockies.
Another one of those Who are these guys? Strike one.
But this is one guy, when you talk to Jim Tracy, the manager of the Colorado Rockies, he lights up when he talks about Josh Rutledge.
He's had 12 hits since making his big league debut on July 13th. In fact, his first major league game against the Phillies, he went 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, a couple of doubles, a walk, and a stolen base. Troy Tulowitzki out yet. They're hoping to get him back sometime in August, I believe. 2 balls and a strike. Fly ball to right. Pretty well hit, but Upton's got a beat on it. 7 up and 7 down for Kennedy to start the night.
Picking up right where he left off in Cincinnati, Greg. Working quickly, throwing strikes, defense is on their toes. Well, you love playing behind a guy that's working fast, pounding the strike zone. As DJ LeMahieu steps in the box.
We saw him play second base the last time these two teams met here, and he takes a strike. And he actually played pretty well. Made some nice defensive plays. Jordan Pacheco, who normally is down at third base, caught yesterday and was involved in a collision at the plate. He's okay, but he'll probably be back in there tomorrow. So LeMahieu will start at third tonight, and Hernandez catching. That's into center. Young back and over his head and up against the wall. He'll play it on a couple of hops, gets it back in. LeMahieu's got a 1-out double. The ball is blistered out there.
I guess so. I mean, that ball didn't get much airtime at all. I mean, this is just a line drive. Nothing fly ballish about this. And he beats Chris Young on the fly easily.
Jonathan Sanchez.
It's rare that you see a ball land on the grass, but yet easily beat Chris Young on the fly there.
Here's Sanchez, the pitcher. 120 career average, 23 career hits, 9 career runs batted in. This is his first at bat of the year, as he'd been playing in the American League. A swing and a miss.
And with that swing, it kind of looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
He was a little tardy with that one.
But again, he's got a batting average over a 100. That's 192 career ABs. Swing and a miss again.
Okay, I think Jonathan Sanchez needs to swing right now in order to hit a fastball from Ian Kennedy.
Well, he should have listened.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We'll see you on the mound next inning.
Let's take a look at our high-speed pitch, brought to you by CenturyLink. Kennedy and Sanchez tonight, 92-91.
I think if you ask Jonathan Sanchez, he'll tell you Ian Kennedy's throwing about 140.
Third strikeout for Ian. And now the always tough against the Diamondbacks, Dexter Fowler. He flied out. Right center his first time up.
He just missed hitting a ball in the gap in right center. Chris Young ran it down. He's going to have to again. He will.
A double by LeMahieu with 1 out. He's left, and after 2.5, Diamondbacks on top on a Goldschmidt home run. Gila River. Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building.
Now, this Sunday at Chase Field, kids can pick up a free Diamondbacks backpack. Bring the family down to the ballpark for the Diamondbacks and Mets. It's a 1:10 p.m. matchup, and 5,000 kids going to take home a back-to-school backpack, courtesy of Cox Communications. Call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/tickets. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, all your classmates going to be jealous of you because you got a cool backpack and they're carrying around the Archies or Scooby-Doo or something like that. You got the D-backs.
The Archies?
Remember the Archies?
Yeah.
I liked Veronica.
Scooby-Doo. 0-1 count here on the Diamondback leadoff hitter. And that is Willie Bloomquist, who singled his first time up against Sanchez. He fouls one back. 0-2. Willie among the National League shortstops. Look at that average. Big lead. Desmond, I think, is going on the DL for Washington. Some pretty big names there, and Willie's at the top of the list. He's played a lot of games, so it's not just a limited amount of at-bats playing shortstop. Outside. Diamondbacks had 3 base runners last inning. One circled the bases. Goldschmidt the home run, but they had a single and a walk. Upton and Young, but they only scored the one. Left a couple. Inside.
You can see that Sanchez's stuff is still very good. Still throws hard with a lot of movement, the sharp breaking ball.
And with the way the Rockies pitching have been going, Gracie, this is probably worth a gamble for them.
Why not? Yeah, it didn't work for Jeremy Guthrie in Colorado. He was hit hard. Why not try a left-hander with some stuff? And it's kind of like, you know, the guy that didn't work out for us, we'll trade you for the guy that didn't work out for you. And it just didn't go well for Jonathan Sanchez in Kansas City. Well, last few years, a lot of Kansas City Royals could say that.
Yeah, you're right. Willie fouls another one back. Sanchez was always really an enigma for the Giants. The great stuff, but it seemed like he'd pitch a few good games and then he'd have 4 or 5 ball games where he'd walk 4 or 5 per game.
Sure.
.39-52 career record. Willie, another foul out of play. Willie's doing the old spoiler act here.
And that's just what Willie's become. He's hitting .307 as we speak. He's 1 for 1 tonight. He just puts a tough at bat on you. He can spray it to all fields. He's got a huge gap right up the middle to hit through. They're taking away both the corners in the infield. Look at that, a huge gap. That'll do it. That was a changeup and a beauty. That one locked up Willie Bloomquist.
Third strikeout for Sanchez and 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
I think just the change of speed is what fouls up Willie Bloomquist right there. 1 quick out.
Aaron Hill in into a double play his first time up. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bill gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. In fact, we've had 5 consecutive games giving away tacos. Hill, a deep drive but foul. But
way out of here, but about 100 feet foul.
8 runs yesterday, 12 Saturday, 13 Friday, 6 Thursday. Last week, 7 on Wednesday.
They're swinging it.
That's popped up. Playable. And the mound for Skinner. Second baseman, 2 outs. Right now, things going pretty well for Sanchez. Pitcher made the one big mistake to Goldschmidt, but other than that, he's pitched pretty well. Here's Kubel. He's struck out his first time up. Diamondbacks at the end of this homestand, which will be on Sunday, should be right at or right above or just barely below 1.5 million on the year in attendance. There's over 28,000 a night.
They're coming out. And now it's up to the Diamondbacks to grab some new fans, play some good baseball in this homestand, give them all something to cheer about when they show up. That's a nice breaking ball there.
He's mixing and matching real well right now.
Yeah, even to count 1-1.
Inside on Jason and off the mid of the catcher. Kubel leading the National League and runs batted in. He's done a lot of that damage over his last 5 games. I mean, he's just been raking. He's been raking for a long time, but his last 5 games, you look at the numbers, and they've been pretty spectacular.
3-1 now. I mean, that's ridiculous. 6 home runs in the last 5 games. 31 RBI since June 20th. Good gracious.
3-2, and he said, yeah, in the ball game a couple of nights ago, he was trying to hit his 4th home run of the ball game.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. He was up there. He looked like Reggie Jackson swinging that hard. Might as well have been Willie Stargell up there. That's all right. Why not? Try to reach the record books.
And he strikes him out. So 2 strikeouts and then 4 of the game for Sanchez, who looks pretty good through the front 3 innings, but he's trailing 1-0. Later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. You can't beat sunsets in Arizona, can you?
Gorgeous.
Look at those colors.
We had another haboob.
Yeah, something was blowing through earlier. We couldn't see out the windows here. So
we've had a handful of those since we've been home.
Marco Scutero leads it off, and the 11th consecutive batter where Ian Kennedy has thrown strike 1.
How about that? Easy to see why he's got a bunch of zeros up there so far. He's getting ahead of every single hitter.
Ball in a strike. Scutero fly to pretty deep right field his first time up. Gonzalez and Kadire will follow here. Kennedy's given up 1 hit, a double by LeMahieu in the 3rd. It's down the right field line, up to a long run, but he won't get there.
And on the bounce, the youngster made the play. That's why you bring your glove to the yard.
I betcha.
Never know when that souvenir is going to come your way. Right now, Ian Kennedy throwing the ball just exactly where he wants to.
He's run it to 2-2 here on Scudero. In the air to center for Christian.
Boy, pretty pitch. He just ate him up with a fastball in. An easy first out of this inning off the bat of Marco Scudero. Watch him just right on the knuckles. Eats him up. An easy out.
And frustration for the hitter.
Left fielder, Carlos Gonzalez.
Carlos Gonzalez now at the plate. Pretty impressive numbers for this time of the season. 329, 19 and 66. Three for 13 on the road trip. Which
make it
was
12
in
for
San
12
Diego.
now, Greg.
Yeah.
That was a first pitch changeup, and it was for a called strike. That's when you know Ian's feeling good about things, when he can throw that first pitch changeup and jump ahead. Makes that fastball even more explosive.
Got something impressive for you.
What do you got?
Gonzalez hit 2 home runs off Clayton Kershaw in a game May 2nd.
Not many left-handers can say that against Clayton Kershaw.
Fouled it back.
And I think what led to him fouling that back was that first pitch changeup. It just adds a little more velocity on that fastball. Cargo wasn't quite ready for it, and now he's ahead 1-2. Struck him out with a curveball his first time up. Let's see if he goes back to it, Greg. Gas. Yeah.
Up two. Up and all out.
Forget you, Grace. I'm not throwing a curveball. Here's some gas.
First baseman.
What do they call that, though? The old high hard one. Well, you can see just how tardy Gonzalez was with that one. I was going to call him Gonzo, but there's only one Gonzo. That's our Gonzo, Luis Gonzalez.
I actually saw Gonzo today. He was here at the ballpark.
He's never around.
He was here today. This is Kadire with 2 out.
Well, there's the first 1-0 count of the night. I think that one almost got our own Jody Jackson down there near.
You okay, Jody?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's a little close.
Hang in there. Get your head down.
Always got to be aware down
Yeah,
here.
get your head down.
Crouch down. Might have to do that.
Oh, good fastball. Right at the kneecaps, right on the outside corner, 1-2.
Kurt just sent me a note here. And we look at his last pitch.
This is just a thing of beauty right there. Goodness.
Just getting back. Kershaw's only allowed 4 home runs to left-handed hitters all season. So swing and a miss. And how about Ian Kennedy's down to 5 strikeouts, only 1 base runner through the front 4 innings, and he's got a 1-0 lead.
hit him in, so that's kind of our goal right now, is to get on base for Kubel.
It's been fun, obviously, that he's on our team, so he's been fun to watch, and it's just great because Jason's such a humble person and doesn't really want to take credit for what he's doing, but he's the one out there doing it, so it's been impressive to watch and fun to watch too.
Our Geico quotes of the game coming from Jason Kubel's teammates, who have been amazed at what he's been able to do over the last couple of games. The 3 home run game, and then the next at-bat in the next game, I should say the first at-bat of the next game, hitting a home run. Paul Goldschmidt asked me, we're trying to figure out what he's eating for breakfast. Kubel told me it's lack of sleep and a lot of coffee. You guys may remember Jason Kubel and his wife had a baby girl just about 2 months ago, so it's not the Wheaties you might expect. Apparently it's a lot of caffeine, and he's running on a little sleep right now.
Well, whatever he's doing, keep doing it.
I was going to say, I remember some of those tired mornings.
That's too long ago for me.
Yeah, mine are 11 and 8, and I'll tell you what, I think I might have actually accidentally drank one of those bottles. I was so tired.
Goldschmidt walks on 4 pitches after he blasted a long home run off Sanchez his first time up. And the Diamondbacks get their leadoff man on for the 3rd time in 4 innings. Now Justin Upton, who had a base hit to left his first at bat.
Well, Paul Goldschmidt likes to sneak up on some pitchers with some stolen bases. You look over and you see a big, stocky first baseman. You don't think he runs all that well. Well, he's got better than average speed, and he's turned himself into a good base runner. He's got 8, right?
Yep, 8 for 9. And Sanchez has yet to throw a strike in the inning. Ball 1 to Upton.
And now if you're the Arizona Diamondbacks, you've got a guy on the mound with a history, a career of wildness. He missed badly with 4 to Goldschmidt. That was nearly a pitch out right there to Upton. Well, if I'm Upton, I don't know if I'm swinging at all until he shows me he has the ability to find that release point again and get it back to the strike zone.
3 times in his career, Sanchez has walked 7 in a ball game. There's a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Justin now with a 7-game hitting streak with his 2nd inning single. And the average has crept up to 276. Power numbers still not there really. 8 home runs, 41 runs batted in. He'll lay off there. He checked his swing.
Somehow, some way, because that was a heck of a breaking ball. And he did check it up, and he sits on a 2-1 count.
Seems like every time we turn around, the Diamondbacks are facing left-handers, and they like it. Last 10 games.
Early in the season, Greg, they struggled against left-handed pitching. Remember, they went through a stretch where guys like Barry Zito, Bruce Chen, Jamie Moyer.
With this Rockies team at that time. Ooh, boy, did he have a cut, but he fouled it.
Yeah, that back shoulder just dipped, and that caused the bat to be underneath the baseball, and he fouled it straight back. Watch the back shoulder. He recognized the back shoulder dips. And that caused a little bit too much of an uppercut, and that's a ball that Justin will tell you he could easily hit that into Friday's front row.
Sanchez steps off. Only a 1-0 ball game here. A couple of high-powered offenses right now, and been more about the pitching. Kennedy and Sanchez in the early going tonight. There goes Goldschmidt. Pitch is taken, a no throw. Number 9 for Goldschmidt in 10 attempts. Just kind of picks his spot.
And he picked a breaking ball. Nice job by Upton again, laying off a tough breaking ball. What a great jump from Goldschmidt. He could have stood. He just could have stood up. He didn't need to slide. Now Diamondbacks, nobody out with a runner in scoring position. 9 stolen bases now for the big first baseman.
And he checked off, and that's a walk. Back-to-back walks to open the inning.
Good at bat there by Upton, laying off some tough pitches.
Now you got Miguel Montero at the plate. Miggy hit the ball sharply his first time up, but with Upton running, Kadira just stepped off the bag and he gloved it and stepped on the bag for the out. Sanchez got a double play ball in the first inning, hit by Hill. Montero leads all major league catchers in runs batted in with 53. Trying to add to that right here.
Yeah, you can see Sanchez really trying to find a feel for something he can get over the plate. Just about anything that's a strike right now is because of a swing. He's having trouble throwing anything for a called strike.
He's walked the first two in the inning. And Miggy a big swing and a miss.
And he swung one out of the strike zone right there. That was another pitch that was a ball up. This pitch is up around the letters. That's a ball. There we go. Once he gets in that big swing mode, it's usually the result is a swing and a miss or a swing and a foul. And he just puts a nice, smooth Miguel Montero type swing on it. That's when the good results happen. See, he's chased two pitches now out of the strike zone.
Could be a 3-0 count.
Yeah. And that's what happens when two guys in front of you walk, and then you get a 1-0 count. You almost have to be taking a strike. Instead, he swung at two pitches out of the zone. What could be a 3-0 count is now a 1-2 count. Now he's going to have to protect, have to battle.
You see, he's really struggled against southpaws this year. Less than 180. And he's a better hitter than that against left-handers. He should be. He has been in his career.
I agree with you. He is one very talented hitter.
Montero 4 for 10 against Sanchez with 2 home runs coming into this ball game. Couple on and a 2-2 count with nobody out here. And a ground ball that's foul past first base. Diamondbacks starting to run the pitch count up a little bit for Sanchez. And we talked about this Rockies way of doing things with their starters. They're trying to limit their starters to 75 and then go to the bullpen.
Well, I would imagine Jonathan Sanchez is going to reach 75 in this inning.
Good, the way he's going.
Yeah, there's still nobody out. I mean, he could clean things up quickly, but
well, like Roberts at bat with 2 on and 1 out in the second inning. This is a big at bat for Montero here with 2 on and nobody out in this inning. And a drive into right, pretty well hit, back at the fence, and it is up off the fence. Goldschmidt had to hold, and they will hold. Oh, they got trouble here. Upton is caught in no man's land. They're going to tag Montero, but the runner, Upton, gets back to second.
Well, unfortunately, a young player mistake by Paul Goldschmidt. He went back to tag on this play, and it was cleanly over Tyler Colvin's head. This ball is ripped. It's a hanging breaking ball. And the rule of thumb is, and we won't be able to see it, but unless you can see the outfielder's chest, you're going halfway. If you see the outfielder's back, you have to be halfway. I'm saying if you see the outfielder's chest, that's when you're tagging up. When you see his name on his back, that's when you have to go halfway. It was read easily by Upton and Montero, but unfortunately the guy that's most important is the lead runner.
Chris Young was right on Goldschmidt's heels. Matt Williams had to hold Goldschmidt, and Montero was heading towards second. So it goes as a single for Montero, and he is out 9-4 3-4-3. Right fielder Gonzalez to Scudero, the second baseman, to the first baseman Kadire. And Upton managed to get back to second base. I think I said Young. It was Upton on his heels. Young is at the plate here. And there is a strike.
Well, now it's up to Chris Young to find a way to do some damage here. What could have been a monster inning has now turned into second and third and one out. And Sanchez with an opportunity to maybe just give up none or maybe one run. And I'll tell you what, if you're the Colorado Rockies, you'll take that after a walk, and a ball off the wall. You're sitting on second and third and one out and nobody across the dish yet.
See why. And 3 for his last 4 with runners in scoring position with a home run and 2 doubles. And it's popped up. Playable on the infield for Kadire, the first baseman. And he makes the catch for out number 2.
Holy smokes.
Now they can walk Roberts if they want. Pitch to Kennedy with the base open.
What base running is something that really doesn't show up in the box score very much. But more games are decided on good base running versus bad base running.
Now it's going to take now. They're going to walk Roberts and they'll take their chances with Ian. Well, I'll add 2 things as this intentional walk is being given. There is ball 2 outside. Ian Kennedy will come to the plate against a pitcher who could walk him. And Ian has drawn 8 walks this year. So we'll still have some drama. But again, you look to this inning at what could have been and what now might not be. This is the 3rd walk of the inning, the 4th of the ball game for Sanchez. His first intentional walk, and it goes to Roberts. So they're loaded with 2 men out.
And we're gonna get a shot here of Goldschmidt. Now the ball's smoked and it's going off the wall. But Goldschmidt goes back to tag. And then Matt Williams has no choice but to hold him up. If he doesn't hold him up there, he's going to be thrown out at the plate. He's got to throw up the stop sign because Goldschmidt was back tagging. And then Upton and Montero were right on his heels.
Here's Kennedy now. Ball 1 low and inside.
One thing we know about Ian Kennedy, Greg, is he does draw some walks, doesn't he? I'm going to make this guy throw me 2 strikes if I'm Ian Kennedy. Ian Kennedy hitting .034 on the season, so he might have a better chance just standing and watching.
Here's a strike. He's got 1 hit, 1 for 29, but he's got an on-base percentage of .243 because of those walks.
Let's see if, like I said, I'm making him throw me 2 strikes.
Ian has driven in a run. Diamondbacks had a great opportunity here. Now they're trying to get something from the starting pitcher, Ian Kennedy, to get on the board in the inning. There's a drive. Hit deep to center field. Fowler chases it. He will not get it. And it's going to clear the bases. It bounces around, and Ian's going to have himself a stand-up triple. 4-0 Diamondbacks. Kind of the way it's been going for the Diamondbacks these days. His first career triple.
I told you he shouldn't be taking 2 strikes. I told you he should have been swinging right there. Boy, did he put a charge into that one.
Did he ever?
Ian Kennedy got a fastball in the middle, and he pounded it. About 410 feet away out of the reach of Dexter Fowler, and everybody scores. Ian Kennedy, probably with the first stand-up triple he's ever had in professional baseball.
And as quick as Fowler was, he didn't have a chance to get that ball.
No.
That's clearing. I mean, I tell you what, the momentum that could have gone to the Rockies is now completely in that third base dugout with that hit.
Well, after the pop-up by Chris Young, Greg, you could hear that lead balloon being inflated. And And boy, he got the big hit. He gonna go get a drink of water while there's a meeting on the mound. Yeah, I'm tired. Ian, you gotta get back out. Ian, yeah.
Well, his second hit of the year was a pretty big one.
Wow. But Ian Kennedy kept that lead balloon from being dropped here at Chase Field.
Now let's see if Bloomquist can get him home. And there's a pitch, and that would be ideal. Ian run to the plate, then go into the dugout and have a chance to sit and rest a little bit.
Towel off a little bit. I mean, it was 102 degrees here. It's hot outside. He needs time to get some. Oh, I'm sorry, the roof's closed. Sorry about that.
Swing and a miss.
You can see now all of a sudden Sanchez's fastball is his velocity starting to wane a little bit. That was only 87 miles an hour, and that was his 74th pitch. We were talking about that, Greg, that he might reach it this inning.
Nobody up in the bullpen.
He's about to throw it.
But here comes number 75 for him. Swing and a miss. 2-2. 3 walks in the inning, and all 3 have scored. And we talked about that in that Houston series. All the walks the Diamondbacks were given by the Astros, and all of those walks that scored. And boy, they're taking advantage. 2-2 count here on Bloomquist. Way outside, ball 3-3-2. Full count. This has been a very long inning for Sanchez.
Yeah, and you know, it's pitchers that throw so many pitches, so many balls, that your defense gets flat-footed behind you. It's like your ankles have those old ankle weights on them.
Here comes the payoff pitch to Bloomquist. And Willie, a base hit. He'll get a couple, maybe even more. Rolls deep out there. Nice play left by Gonzalez to hold Bloomquist to an RBI double to make it 5-0 Diamondbacks. Man, did they put up some big crooked numbers on this homestand. This is a 4-run 4th inning. Willie's 2 for 3.
Nothing demoralizes an opponent more than 2-out hits, Greg. I would imagine Jonathan Sanchez, when he got that pop-up for the second out off the bat of Chris, he's like, man, all I've got to do is retire the opposing pitcher that was hitting .034. What's he do? He has a momentary loss of concentration, grooves one to Kennedy. It's a base-clearing triple.
Foul right back to you, Gracie.
I'm going to make this play. Golly.
You're a little late. You were talking. You were looking over at me and explaining. I'll give you a mulligan on that one. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want it.
It was close. But he was one pitch away from putting us in, and all the momentum being in the Colorado Rocky dugout. Instead, a couple of big 2-out hits later, Diamondbacks lead 5-0, and Jonathan Sanchez probably wishes he was somewhere else right now.
9 of the 14 walks that the Diamondbacks were issued in that Houston series scored. 3 of the 4 walks tonight have scored. There's a ground ball hit foul past third by Aaron.
That's what you just read, Greg. If that's not a lesson to young pitchers out there, just how important it is to throw the ball over the plate. As the Rocky bullpen, Carlos Torres getting loose.
Yeah,
it's just, and we've seen it tonight. Look at Ian Kennedy. Look at the results of Ian Kennedy throwing all those first pitch strikes.
And actually, let's correct that. It was 10 of 14, and now 3 of 4 tonight. So that's either way. I mean, that's
there's no question.
Hill is the 8th man to bat in this inning. Diamondbacks have played at 4. They lead at 5-0.
It just wouldn't be right if Aaron Hill didn't get a hit here.
13-game inning streak, 0 for 2 tonight. And he strikes out swinging, and that will end the inning. But Ian Kennedy not only pitching well, but he's clearing the bases.
Bang.
First big league triple. Scores 3, and the Diamondbacks up 5-0. The Colorado Rockies 5-0 here. And fun times at the Ramtrucks.tv pool. Again, a packed house out there tonight. Every night. Cool off out there. Enjoy a dip. Watch the into the pool. Diamondbacks baseball going on. Tyler Colvin is leading off here against Ian Kennedy. Kennedy has allowed 1 base run, 1 hit. He's fanned 5 through the front 4 innings. And only 2 batters that he's faced, he has fallen behind 1-0 on the count. Colvin 1, and Kadire the last man in the 4th inning. Ball and a strike. Ground ball back to the mound. Nice play by Ian. Soft toss to first to Goldschmidt. Oh, Paul Goldschmidt was happy with that triple by Ian Kennedy.
Yeah, nothing makes you feel worse when you mess up on the base paths and it ends up costing you. And fortunately, Ian Kennedy made Goldschmidt and everybody feel a lot better, because honestly, when you're on second base and that guy hits a double, you feel bad because you feel, hey, I cost you an RBI. I'm sorry about that. I feel awful about that. Montero, being the leader that he is, he's not worried about that stuff. As that was ripped right at Willie Bloomquist. Had him played perfectly. That's why you have those scouting reports, Greg Schulte.
That's right. And Hernandez is 0 for 2 here. That's twice now. Yeah. Willie has robbed Hernandez. First time
stop hitting it to him. Steven watching Willie Bloomquist.
You know, you look now at the Diamondbacks with everybody pretty much healthy and the bats swinging the way they are. Tonight, you have Drew, Parr, Wheeler, Overbay, and Blanco on the bench. Yesterday, Bloomquist was on the bench. You had Upton on the bench. You know, Kirk Gibson right now has got a pretty good right-left combo that he can run out there against either right-handers or left-handers, depending upon who's pitching.
And also, he drilled to left field. Is it going to stay in the ballpark?
Nope.
Well, I don't know.
It's ruled a home run for Josh Rutledge by the second base umpire, Wally Bell. And that's his first career home run.
Well, congratulations to Rutledge. Looked like there was no argument from Kubel out in left field. It looked like a fan may have reached out, but I think it was ruled that it had gotten over the yellow line. Nice grab.
So the Rockies get a run back to make it 5-1 now.
Just a fastball in. Rutledge cuts it off nicely.
Take a look at that catch by the fan of the home run by Rutledge. Close.
Well, that's close.
ValleyChevy.com or Facebook.com/Valley Chevy. AAA, where you need us most.
Well, folks, the first ever D-backs doubleheader at Chase Field is going to be played on Wednesday, August 22nd. Diamondbacks take on the Miami Marlins at 12:40 p.m. and then again at 6:40 p.m. Make sure you're here for the doubleheader day of baseball. Call 602-514-8400 or log on to dbacks.com/tickets.
I think we're going to be here for that day.
I can't wait.
Carlos Torres on to pitch for the Colorado Rockies. 82 pitches for Sanchez in 4 innings. He's out of there, giving up 5 runs.
Carlos Torres having a good first few innings of his Rocky career. Jordan Pacheco, I'm sorry, Greg, takes over at third base.
So they make the double switch. And Pacheco is in the 9th spot in the order, meaning he'll be the leadoff man in the 6th for the Rockies.
Cuba Libres.
Like that.
I like that a lot.
Jason couldn't solve Jonathan Sanchez while he was in there. He struck out twice against him.
We'll see what he can do against a right-hander.
He'll take ball 3. Diamondbacks again come close to batting around in an inning. They've done it 4 times already on this homestand, and they sent 8 to the plate in their 4-run 4th inning tonight. Now Baylor right now is in the groove.
I like that. That's his nickname.
Get out of play. His hitters are in the groove, right?
Well, right now, Don Baylor, he's kind of been riding the roller coaster with these guys this year. He's been on that fence of, gosh, your hitters are terrible, or gosh, you've got the best hitters in the game.
Right now, he doesn't have to say a lot to him, does he? Just go on, keep what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
He's a proud papa right now.
Kubel, another. It's just a different sound when the ball hits his bat, isn't it?
He's got some bat speed. I mean, some serious bat speed.
Full count on him. From Carlos Torres, a right-hander. And a pull foul.
Make that play. Oh, don't give up on that one. It's all right.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Kubel, leading off. And another foul out of play. The starter for tomorrow night's game for the Rockies has been scratched. Drew Pomeranz. He's going to miss his start. They haven't announced a pitcher yet. Guess number 13 wasn't so lucky for him. There's a ground ball. Hit sharply, but right at Scudero down on the knee. Swings up, throws to Kadire, and Kubel's 0 for 3 tonight. Let's take a look at our Chevron upcoming schedule. We do know Joe Saunders will be on the mound for the Diamondbacks.
We just don't know who his mound opponent's going to be.
So. We have the TBA
against the Dark Knight. I went and saw that movie last night. Very big league. You like the Batman movies, don't you, Greg?
Yep.
Highly recommend it.
1-0 the count here on Goldschmidt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Paul homered on the first pitch he saw tonight. 2nd inning. 13th of the year. 46-run bat in. Last time walked, stole a base, and scored.
Here it is. First pitch he sees all night. Goldschmidt.
What a swing.
Just short, compact, powerful.
Right side, Scudero's got a Look at this one. It makes the catch for out number 2. So the first time Goldschmidt's been retired tonight. Upton is yet to be retired as he walks to the plate. He has singled, walked, and scored. Justin, a run shy of 60 scored on the year, sitting at 59. And he is a homer shy of 100 in his career, sitting at 99.
Well, no time like the present. Torres has come in, throwing a lot of strikes, getting quick outs, something I'm sure Jim Tracy's loving seeing.
To the right side, busy inning for Scudero. He takes care of the side. 2 on ground balls, 1 on the pop up. We'll head to the 6th here at Chase. Diamondbacks lead the Rockies 5-1. And speaking of Japan, how about the trade made today? Ichiro dealt from Seattle to the Yankees
For a couple of prospects.
Another deal, Infante and Sanchez to Detroit.
That's a couple of really good players going to Detroit from, I guess Miami's pulling the plug, huh?
Kind of looks like it.
Anibal Sanchez.
Anibal Sanchez, pretty good pitcher, adding to
Very
that
good
staff. Infante used to be a Tiger. There's a strike to Pacheco, who is batting for the first time here. Just came into the ball game.
Once again, Ian Kennedy just jumping ahead, 0-2.
Ichiro, by the way, in his first at bat against his former club, the Mariners, in Seattle, as the Yankees are playing there, got a base hit.
It's not really surprising, is it?
Ian struck out 5, allowed 2 hits, 1 run. Checo's having a pretty good year, hitting .300 coming in here with 70 hits.
You're going back to that Ichiro story, got a base hit. How many times do you think he's hit 8th in the lineup?
Not very often.
That's what he's doing for the Yankees, hitting 8th in the lineup. It doesn't matter where you put him, he's going to get his hits.
There's a liner, but that's going to go foul. Oh, just off the glove.
Who have we got down there on the left side for us tonight? We're going to find out who that is.
Well, look at that little glove he's using. No wonder. That is an old-time glove right there.
Oh, okay, that's John Underwood down there. That's John. On the right side is Bill Clausing.
Bill's got a much more recent glove.
Good effort.
It's hit high but foul. Was that a 4-finger glove there? Let's do our Nissan textbook question here. Talking about Ichiro, how much will the acquisition impact the Yankees? A lot, B, a little. Well, you know he's going to be supercharged.
I think, honestly, if it was 5-6 years ago, I'd say a lot. I'm going to say just a little bit as that one's hit to right field, but just enough is right there to make the grab for the first out. I'm going to just
I don't know how much of a big impact. I don't know how much of an impact he really needs to have on that Yankee club.
Very well said.
You know?
Center fielder.
But if he makes any at all.
But it's still, you know, Ichiro's one you expected to end his career in Seattle, having, you know, being a lifetime Mariner. I mean, what an amazing 11 seasons it's been for him.
You think that was a crazy situation tonight at Safeco in Seattle? All you had to do was change clubhouses and walk on the field, and you know everybody was applauding, and then announced first time as a hitter.
Yeah, shake hands with your friends, walk to the other dugout. That is strange.
Fowler takes a ball down low.
It's what makes this time of year, though, fun in baseball, Greg. We get to speculate on who's going where. There's Kevin Towers. His phone's very busy. A high strike right there. 2-1 now to Dexter Fowler, who's done something he doesn't do very often, Greg, and that's make 2 outs against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, both to center field. Fouls it back. Kennedy's been sharp tonight, throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, and the Rockies have really kind of helped him along, as they have not been real patient. 3 or less pitches to 9 of the 19 batters, and 15 strikes to the first 19 on the first pitch.
And I think that's why you're seeing 3 or less pitches, because he's been strike one on so many batters.
Full count, 3-2. Jet to walk a man. His next pitch will be number 70 on the night. And a blooper in the right center that's going to fall for a hit. And we're holding to a long single.
When he threw a nice pitch, threw a 3-2 changeup. It was right off the end of the bat. But Dexter Fowler somehow, some way, found a way to elevate. This ball's down. He found a way to elevate it with a broken bat out there in front of Chris Young. So speed on the base paths for the Rockies with 1 out here in their half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, I don't think Ian really has to feel bad about that pitch. Give credit to the hitter there, going down and getting it. Now you may be running into a little trouble here. This becomes a big hitter, Scudero, with Gonzalez next.
Very true. This is a potent lineup for Jim Tracy. Dexter Fowler had to get dressed down at first base. We got a little break in the action. I've never seen like running wrist guards like we do now. And
we're seeing it all of it, aren't we? Protection for that hand area, wrist area. High to Scudero, ball 1. Scudero's fly to right, he's fly to center. Ian has only had a few ground ball outs tonight. 5 strikeouts, several fly ball outs. He could use a double play right here, couldn't he?
And then some.
Two more with these Rockies tonight, and then of course tomorrow night and Wednesday night, and then the Mets come in for 4 starting on Thursday. And they've kind of hit the, I believe they're 1-9 since the All-Star break. Throw down to first and safe. And throw a little bit lower by Montero. They might have had Fowler down there.
He loves to throw, does Miguel Montero. And Dexter Fowler, an aggressive base runner, a fast base runner. He got out there a little bit too far. You can see, and all of a sudden here comes the snap throw. Gosh, he's so quick for a big, long, lean guy. He got back pretty cleanly.
Kind of Devon White size.
It's a great call. Good comparison.
1 ball, 1 strike. Throw over.
Another guy that kind of a modern, a more today's ball player, reminds me a lot of Cameron Maben in San Diego. Having a much better year than Cameron Maben.
Ball and a strike here on Scudero. And a line drive back to no throw back to first as Fowler got back, but a liner caught by Bloomquist for the second out of the inning. That ball was really hit hard.
That ball was ashed. I mean, right in his tracks is Willie Bloomquist. So very fortunate out off the bat of Scudero. And that's what you wanted in front of Carlos Gonzalez. You needed to get that second out. Because even though he struck out twice against Ian Kennedy tonight, this guy can make it a 5-3 ball game quickly. He's only hitting 328.
Yeah. That's all.
Good fastball inside, jump ahead. Once again, 0-1. Gonzalez likes to get those arms extended. He just crowds him right to the inside corner with a fastball. That's just a beautiful first pitch from Ian Kennedy.
Way outside. Gonzalez came into this ball game tonight hitting .270 on the road. 6 of his 19 home runs. Rockies much different ball club away from Coors Field.
Boy, has that been the story since the beginning for these guys.
289 at home, 244 batting average on the road. But there's still a threat.
Zips right back to the inside corner again, and that one froze Gonzalez. Strike two. You see, he doesn't like that ball in there. He wants to get those big arms extended, try to hit it into those gaps in left center and right center, and over those gaps in left center and right center. He's done it 19 times.
Fowler at first, 2 down, and a swing and a miss. He has spanned 3 times against Kennedy tonight. Korean number 6. Rockies leave a runner through 5.5. It's 5-1 D-backs. Kiosk right here at Chase Field during any Arizona Diamondbacks regular season home games. Bottom of 6, 5-1 Diamondbacks on top of the Rockies. Montero, Young, and Roberts 6, 7, 8 in the order if anybody gets on. Power hitting Ian Kennedy.
At least tonight he has been.
A 3-run triple for the Diamondbacks. Goldschmidt and Bloomquist, the other 2 runs batted into the game. Second inning now for Carlos Torres, and a strike to Montero, who went into a little bad luck his last time up. Runners at first and second. He corked one on the warning track, and Goldschmidt a little late leaving second base. He thought the ball might be caught. He had to hold it third. Upton had to race back to second, and Montero kind of caught no man's land. It was thrown out, rounding first base, heading to second, trying to get back. But Kennedy then really picked everybody up with a bases clearing triple.
Goodness.
With 2 men out.
Very unexpected.
1-2 on Miggy. Trying to get on to start the inning. And that ball skips away. Diamondbacks now in these 4 ball games against their opponent have outscored them 38-14.
Mercy.
33-13 against Houston. 5-1 tonight. Diamondbacks coming home off that last road trip once they went 2-5 through Chicago and Cincinnati. Montero fouls one back. Knew that they had 10 games here against 2 teams that were really struggling, and a Mets team now that started to slide.
Well, the Mets team is beat up.
Yeah.
Their pitching staff is beat up. They just lost Johan Santana.
Ari Dickey had to pitch an inning in relief the other day just to help out the bullpen.
Dylan G is now out. They're having to piece together. They're even when healthy, their bullpen was struggling.
So this became a very important homestand for the Arizona Diamondbacks, rounding out this month of July.
You know, I heard a lot over the course of the day, just driving around in my car, and how, as that's ball 4 to Miguel Montero, how well, you know, the Diamondbacks swept a poor Houston Astros team. Okay, you still have to. You still did it.
Everybody gets to play.
You still did it, exactly. And you know, trust me, the Houston Astros have won some games this year, and they're going to win some more games before the year's over. You still have to go out there and play well.
What if you'd have lost 3?
Exactly. Well, I mean, it happened against the Chicago Cubs. It happened against the San Diego Padres. I like the fact that Kirk Gibson and his staff had these guys ready after what could have easily been a crushing defeat in Cincinnati. That last game in Cincinnati.
No doubt.
But these guys have come out. It was good to see Josh Coleman back in the starting rotation, throw the ball well yesterday. They came out and just dismantled that Houston Astros team. And they're off to a good start here this evening.
Diamondbacks have really been blistering the ball. And it wasn't the case with the last 5 ball games compared to the previous 5. Look at the runs. 9.2 to 1.6.
473, 161. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Long ball has come back into play big time. Big one there, though. Runners in scoring position.
And that's how you score runs. When fellas are out there on second and or third, you can hit then. You'll have a long career in this game.
Montero walked to start this inning. 3 of the 4 walks that have been issued tonight. That ball scoots away. Miggy's going to get down to second with no throw. On Friday, July 27th, Miller Lite invites any legal drinking age consumer with the first, middle, or last name Miller to visit Coach and Willie's between 3 and 6 p.m. Pick up a gift card for a free case of Miller Lite so they can celebrate their own Miller time with friends.
That is such a cool little giveaway. Thanks to Coach and Willie's. And
we'll have to find out what
she's street legal now. She's just turned 21. She
wants to meet you, it says.
Well, if her last name's Miller, tell her to come on over.
Foul back and out of play by Young. The 4 walks going into this inning have scored for the Diamondbacks, and that's been a big weapon in this homestand. Get guys on with walks and then getting them around. Montero's walks reached second base on a wild pitch here. 2-2 on Young. Swing and a miss.
Chris Young just whacked Carlos Hernandez with that backlash of his swing and miss. That always gets under a catcher's skin when you do that. Here's the pitch, the swing and miss, and watch the backlash. Bam.
That happens more than you think, too. That's not a good feeling.
Catchers don't like that very much.
One out now for Roberts.
It was obviously not on purpose. Ryan Roberts now with an opportunity. He was intentionally walked in front of that Ian Kennedy triple his last at bat.
Down to third. And Pacheco throws him out. Our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool play of the game provided by Ian Kennedy. Boom. Cleared him. First ever bases loaded triple by a Diamondback pitcher.
Ever?
Yep.
Really? So we saw something rare indeed.
But not the first triple ever by a Diamondback pitcher. In fact, he became the 7th pitcher, the 9th all-time to triple. Doug Davis had a triple.
What?
Micah Owens, Sean Estes, Elmer Descends, Amori Telemaco, and the leader, Brian Anderson, had 3.
I want to know how Doug Davis hit a triple.
Back in 2009 against the Padres.
I love Doug Davis, but I don't remember him being able to either hit a ball in a gap or leg it around to third base. He kind of had grace speed.
Two-two count here on Ian, looking for his 4th run batted into the night.
How about that? We're used to saying that about Jason Kubel, not about Ian Kennedy.
Washington, Steven Strasburg's swinging a hot bat.
How about that?
He's kind of leading that Washington pitching staff. That's overtaken the Diamondbacks, but it's pretty impressive nonetheless. Full count out, 3-2.
And that Washington club won again tonight. That's a good story. Good for our old buddy Mike Rizzo. Wade Miley can hit.
Washington 3 straight. That win, they're now 17 over 500. Kennedy on strikes looking, and the inning's over. No runs, a walk. Man left. We'll have the 7th. The Diamondbacks up 5-1.
Responsibility.
Yeah, take a picture of yourselves at the ballpark, right?
Cheese. Okay, nope, that wasn't good enough.
One more. You're not smiling.
No,
we got to do one more.
Honey, you had something in your nose.
You have to smile.
Yeah. Get rid of that.
Okay, now I got my hair back.
Yeah. Fix your hair. See, now.
One more.
Come on, honey. This time for sure. There you go.
That's a keeper.
You like that? Yeah. Facebook.
Ian Kennedy back to work. He's been sharp tonight. Popped up right field. Another early count swung by a Rockies hitter. One pitch, one out here. Dyer's 0 for 3.
78 pitches for Ian Kennedy.
Right fielder Tyler Coleman.
It's 11 Rockies tonight and a pitch have swung at either pitch 1, 2, or 3, and they're at bat against Kennedy.
Just continues to hammer away at the strike zone.
There's Tyler Colvin.
There's another one. Well, wasn't called a strike, but it looked awfully close.
Colvin tonight has struck out looking to tap back to Kennedy. Kubal's got a long run for this one coming over, but he's going to get there. Fair territory for him. 2 away.
So 3 pitches, 2 outs.
If you or someone you know would love to be calling the game and is in between the ages of 10 through 14, then come out Sunday to Chase Field for the Fox Sports Arizona and Sanderson Ford Kidcaster auditions. They're from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. There's section 115 and 116. That's during the Mets D-backs game.
Ian Kennedy moving right along here. 2 quick outs in the 7th inning. Ramon Hernandez would do himself well here, Greg, by not hitting it to Willie Bloomquist. He's been robbed twice tonight by Willie Bloomquist. Another fast strike right on the button. Ian Kennedy sharp tonight. Only 3 hits for this Rocky squad.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys can hit.
Yeah, 55 strikes, 27 balls on them. So we're going to try Upton here. Neston will take care of it. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Diamondbacks still on top by 4. Three-run triple Joined in the booth right now by Joe Borowski, who will join Todd Walsh after the ball game. And
we've been worried sick about you. Where have you been?
I was sent away on a top secret mission, and just got back today.
Scouting.
Yeah. Doing a little reconnaissance work.
I like it. See, that's good dedication. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Scout this game. What do you like?
The thing that stands out, first of all, is Ian Kennedy. He is going out there, and what we've seen a lack of this year was the fastball command. He is working ahead. He's pounding the strike zone with it, and you could just see he's making the Rocky hitters now alter their game plan.
Sure.
They're starting to swing at pitches earlier in the count, and he's getting real quick outs.
He hadn't been bad with the bat either, has he?
Not at all. Anytime you can help yourself with a 3 RBI triple is going to bode well for you.
That was no cheapie.
No, not at all. He crushed that.
Yeah. Willie Bloomquist has crushed a couple tonight. A single and an RBI double, 2 for 3. And a swing and a miss. Willie just keeps doing it, doesn't he, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Batter in the field.
He's having such a great year. Carlos Torres has come on for Jim Tracy and given him some quality stuff here on the mound. I mean, that's kind of the story with this Rocky team. They can only go to 75 pitches. So,
what do you think of a 4-man rotation?
Their bullpen has got to be taxed.
I'll tell you, and that's exactly it, Gracie, is you're really going to use your bullpen a lot, especially when you started. They're not groomed for it. They're not groomed for throwing every fourth day. They're used to being on a 5-day rotation, and I don't know if their arms can hold up throughout the course of an entire year. So you better have a lot of arms down in your bullpen that can throw extra innings.
It also tells you the Cubs kind of bear down in AAA, too. Yeah, it's like, holy Moses.
I'm guessing we're probably going to be seeing somebody from their minor leagues pitching here tomorrow night. Now the Pirates been scratched. That is out number 1. Time for our AT&T trivia question here tonight.
All right, what we got?
3 Rockies all time with 35+ saves in the season. Houston Street get there? I got one. Okay, I did mine.
Wow.
That was quick, too, right off the bat.
Let's see. What about, I'm trying to remember their closers.
Yeah.
I faced them a lot. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here.
We'll give you a little time. Aaron Hill's a hitter. Aaron with a 13-game hitting streak coming in, but 0 for 3 tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a lot more difficult thinking about it when you're doing it live. When I'm over in the booth, I can rattle them off.
Yeah, yeah. This is well,
this is a lot tougher.
Yeah, you're making me nervous, Joe. Wow, that's a good fastball. I mean, you rarely see Aaron Hill get a fastball down the middle, blown right by him. That just happened.
He's behind the count 1-2 here with 1 out. And a shot to center. Fowler going back there, and he'll track it down. So 0 for 4 for Aaron Hill. 2 quick outs.
How about Steve Reed?
There you go. There's an old time name.
Sounded good to me.
Oh, he was there. I know he was a reliever for him for a while. Oh, you know what? What about? Oh goodness, the name's drawing a blank for me right now. Fuentes. Brian Fuentes. What about Brian Fuentes?
That's a good one. He's got to be there.
Huh?
No. Wow, he never had 35.
Wow.
This game stinks.
Jason Kubel 0 for 3 tonight. Yeah, Candy made the comment yesterday or 2 days ago. He likes to give a lot of wrong answers just to play with it. And he said, I like the buzzer. He says, I like to get buzzed. And so he liked to get buzzed, huh? So every time they had a chance, swing and a miss.
That might be something Candyman needs to keep to himself.
Yeah. 1-2 count here.
How about the months he's had?
Oh, my goodness. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
He's really liking that number 3 spot in the order also.
Oh, yeah, he's really taking off with it.
Well, he can give those guys some tacos right here. Right here. I want them too. Boy. Torres thought he got strike 3, and I think he might have too. That was a pretty good pitch.
I know if I'm out there, I'd like that pitch
You're wanting
right
that
there.
one, aren't you?
But I guess when you're going the way Kubel is right now, you're going to get those calls sometimes.
Swing and a miss. And that's a strikeout. Well, Joe will be back shortly. This game's moving right along here. We're going to head to the 8th. Diamondbacks on top 5-1. Uniform and a bow and a tip of the cap, and look at that base hit.
Some things never change. Doesn't matter what uniform he wears.
Well, our Nissan text poll question tonight: how much of an impact? 68% say a lot, 32% say a little. Well, he's 38 years old.
I'm still saying a little. I'm going to agree with the minority there.
And again, we kind of go back to say how much of an impact does he really need to make with an already pretty good Yankee ball club.
Yeah, it's already a SWAT team, if you will.
This number's down. They've been down the last couple of years. 310 on base percentage last year, 288 this year. But the Yankees going out, picking him up, putting him in the lineup, batting 8th, playing right field. Ian Kennedy, meanwhile, has been dynamite tonight for the Diamondbacks. 5-1 lead. Working to Rutledge, the only man who has gotten a run batted in against him with his first major league home run that came in the 5th inning. Josh Rutledge.
Let's see if he's got a change up for him right here. He threw it, he pulled it foul.
We'll have a pinch hitter next for the pitcher. That spot is due up. EY Jr. in the on deck circle. Ground ball by the diving Roberts into the left field corner. This kid's got a couple of hits tonight. Able to get it back in. That's a double. So he's 2 for 3. Executive Week continues this week during the Diamondbacks live pregame shows. Tomorrow, Roland Heeman, special assistant to the president and CEO, will join our broadcast. Don't miss Executive Week, presented by SCF Arizona. Continuing tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Arizona. KT will be on Friday.
Mr. Friday, yep. Dragnet.
It's good timing. That's only a few days in front of the trade deadline. Eric Young, Jr., the pinch hitter for Colorado here. And Kennedy. It's still only a 5-1 ball game.
There's still 6 big outs left. And these Rockies can hit.
And this guy here can really run. That bunt is fouled back behind the plate, strike 1. Young hitting at a 253 clip. This is his 100th at-bat of the year. Brad Ziegler has gotten up the submariner, loosening the pen. Starts by throwing overhand, but then starts to drop down. It looks like Bronco's up too. Mike Zagurski.
That's got to be a quandary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watching your son against your team, the team paying your bills.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think in a perfect world, he'd love to see his son get a base hit and his team win the ball game. He looks a lot like him too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's a chip off the old block. 2-1 now to Junior.
Kennedy's pitch count is just over 90. He's only allowed 4 hits, but a leadoff double has started this 8th inning against him. High ball 3-1. And this leadoff double. The first inning tonight, Kennedy has allowed the leadoff man to get on base. Really only one tough inning, the 6th, where he threw 20 pitches but only allowed 1 hit that inning. Charles Nagy keeping a close eye on his right-hander. Swing and a miss.
He just reared back, threw it right down the middle and threw it right by Eric Young Jr. And this is a situation here where you have to make him beat you with the bat, Greg.
Yeah.
You don't want to give any free passes late in the ball game. If you throw a strike and he gets a base hit, you can live with yourself. But you hate to have somebody not earn their way on.
Got it.
That beautiful pitch.
For Ian, his 7th strikeout of the night, and a big first out.
He located that just off the outside corner, but Eric Young was protecting, and he's a strikeout victim. Pretty pitch.
Now Jordan Pacheco up, batting for the 2nd time tonight. He came in at a double switch back in the 5th. So that runner at second now with 1 down. Kennedy's last start, he went 8 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, and a 7-1 win against Cincinnati. Struck out 7, walked nobody. Ground ball chopped back toward the middle. Bloomquist has it. Throws. Got it. Runner to third, 2 out. Now you're looking for outs at this juncture, so Ian, he doesn't care that guy's on third. He's got 2 outs in the frame.
Exactly. You've gone from, in a matter of a couple of pitches, gone from needing 6 big outs. Now you just need 4. And still nothing across. And you're a couple of good pitches away from putting another important 0 on the board. Now Montero and Kennedy. No time for guesswork. Let's go out and talk about it.
This guy's been tough against the Diamondbacks, coming to the plate all season long. Fowler.
And then some. And he got a base hit his last time up off of Kennedy.
So Ian's set to go here. Fowler, a switch hitter, batting from the left side of the plate.
Oh, what a pitch.
A lot of tail there at the end, wasn't it?
Just
right through.
Pound the outside corner. Pretty pitch. Watch the glove of Montero. Just never moves. Bang. Beautifully executed there by Ian. Oh my, right
tied him
back
up
to
inside.
The inside corner.
And it's 0-2.
Dot the outside corner, dot the inside corner. That's big league pitching right there. Now the fans starting to get behind Ian. That's good. Nice going, folks. Get behind him. Let him hear you a little bit. Now you can get louder than that. Come on, get behind your right-hander.
This is 100th pitch of the old ball game. A little high. 1-2 count. The crowd revs it up again. Oh, a nice smother there by Montero at the plate. This is the first Rocky other than Rutledge who circled the bases on the home run to reach their base tonight against Kennedy. We just had a few base runners. LeMahieu a double. The home run by Rutledge. A base hit by Fowler and a double by Rutledge, who's on third with 2 out. No walks tonight for Ian Kennedy.
What are you throwing him here, Greg?
Strike 3.
That's a good answer.
No, darn it. Base hit back up the middle, and Ian was upset with himself. Pounded his fist into his glove. Run is in to make it a 5-2 game.
He probably tried to throw anything but a fastball down the middle, but he threw a fastball down the middle, and not surprisingly, Dexter Fowler now 2 for 4 against the Diamondbacks. Wanted to go inside and watch it tail right back to the middle.
And Ian some reaction after the hit. Upset with himself. So it's a 3-run ball game now. And Marco Scudero will be the hitter after the mound conversation ends, which it has. For Dexter Fowler, that's his 40th run batted in on the season.
Well, Ian Kennedy going to try to get Marco Scudero for the 4th time tonight. He's 0 for 3. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times.
Last time especially to the shortstop Blomquist. Strike 1.
A little bit of an extension of that outside corner by Mike Winters, the home plate umpire. Ian will take it.
Ground ball down to third. Roberts has got it. Scudero barely running down to first. He's retired, and this inning is over. The Rockies get a run.
That makes the team look bad right there.
Life like you should. You say you never had it so good. You never had it so good. You never had it so good. You never had it so good.
Good time these days at Chase Field for the Arizona Diamondbacks, trying to win their 4th straight to open this homestand. 10 games, and they lead 5-2 going to the bottom of the 8th inning. And Kennedy in line for his 8th victory. He's talking hitting there with Groove, Don Baylor.
Yeah, they all want to be hitters, don't they, Greg?
Well, Ian was one tonight, and it was big at bases clearing 3-run triple in the 4th.
Good one.
We have a new pitcher for the Rockies, Mike Ekstrom, a right-hander. 7th appearance of the year. Goldschmidt first up to test him.
Got a lot of movement on his fastball.
It looked like Mike Winters wanted to come up with that right hand, but decided against it. That's a strike. Well, the Diamondbacks have gotten 0 for 4s tonight from Aaron Hill and Jason Kubel, but many other contributors, and that's what a good ball club will do.
Well, at the end of the day, they're sitting with just 6 hits.
Yeah, but 5 runs.
Yeah, they drew some walks. Got the huge hit when they needed it from Ian Kennedy, along with Willie Bloomquist. And then Ian Kennedy has made it hold up through 8.
Full countdown. Goldschmidt 3-2. Carlos Torres, their reliever, worked 3 innings, did not allow a hit, struck out 3, walked 1.
He was awfully good. Yeah, he's going to get a gold star from his manager after the ball game.
Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes. Just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Paul Goldschmidt, first pitch he saw tonight, hammered it into the bleachers and left. 13th of the year. The Diamondbacks a 1-0 lead, and they haven't looked back since. He's up to now. Justin has singled, walked, and scored a run tonight. Grounded to second. Strike 1.
Justin's looked at a couple of fastballs from the outer third. Back-to-back strikes.
Upton has been in the number 5 spot of the batting order now since July 16th. And it's worked out pretty well for him and the Diamondbacks. Kubelstein to kind of taking over that 3 spot. 4 has been Montero. It's been Goldschmidt. A lot of smiling faces these days.
3-game winning streaks will do that. You're 3 outs away from it being a 4-game winning streak.
Doesn't look like they will gain any ground though tonight, because the Dodgers already won their game in St. Louis, and the Giants are up handily tonight at home against San Diego. But you sure don't want to lose any more ground, right? It's high. 3-2.
Take care of your business, and the next thing you know, you'll be right back in the thick of things. It is a save opportunity as we speak, so J.J. Putz is locked and loaded.
And Upton draws his second walk of the night. Well, let's answer our trivia question, our AT&T trivia question. 3 Rockies all time with 35-plus saves in the season. Jose Jimenez, I forgot about him.
Sean Chacon, really?
Houston screwed. Jimenez, that's the Jimenez who no-hit the Diamondbacks. Back in 1999, he was a starting pitcher. He's a rookie for the St. Louis Cardinals at that time, right here in this ballpark.
I was not here yet.
No, you were a Chicago Cub.
Or he would have never thrown a no-hitter, right?
That's right. He probably had 3 knocks against him that day. Ground ball, right field, base hit. Upton had to hold out. And he gets to second as Colvin gets it back in. So Montero's been on 3 times tonight. 2 hits and a walk. Diamondbacks got something going here against Ekstrom.
Didn't waste any time. Bang. Justin's got to let the ball get by him before he takes off for second base. Good look at that ball coming right into your living room.
Well, if Ian's night is over, and it most likely is with J.J. up, the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Rockies tonight went a combined 0 for 16 against them.
Well, that's how you win baseball games. Keep the guys that are paid to do damage. Well, keep them from doing damage. Yeah, it's taco time, folks. Come on, they're wearing their taco hats and everything, Chris Young.
Trying to make it 6 straight games with tacos.
Oh, boy, that was a fastball right down the middle. I think that surprised Chris Young because it's like he just froze up.
Everybody wants tacos.
Well, I can't say I blame him. We know those two guys right there want some tacos.
Especially the guy in the red shirt.
Yeah, Candyman and Leo Gilmartin, producer of the radio side. Yeah, come on. Get emphatic with it.
Hey, there's a hit. Right field. Upton had to hold. And they'll stop at third. The bases are going to be loaded.
Oh, man. Such a tease. Such a tease. Oh, man, they want those tacos.
I'm on for the second time with a walk and a hit.
Nice piece of hitting there from Chris Young.
They can taste those tacos, Grayson.
I can too. I want some too. He lets the ball travel nicely.
Nice little swing.
Yeah, he didn't just flip that the other way. He drove it the other way.
Well, McLaughlin's wearing a path out to that mound here tonight. Going to visit with his young pitcher, Extra.
Probably trying to find a way somehow, some way to get a ground ball. He's saying, you seeing all these signs in the crowd? All these people want tacos, and I think it's my job to tell you to keep these people upset. We don't want to give up tacos. That's exactly what Bo McLaughlin just said. Oh, Leo and Candyman, they're dying for some tacos.
Leo's acting like he's working over there, isn't he?
We know better, don't we? All right, Ryan Roberts with the bases loaded, trying to put this game beyond reach here.
All this with one out. Walk single to load him up. And a foul out of play.
Boy, Extra just reared back and challenged Ryan Roberts.
Lyle Overbase swinging a bat on deck. He would bat next for Kennedy. And probably pleaded with Kirk Gibson. Listen, I've got a 3-run triple tonight.
Yeah, what have I done wrong?
Swing and a miss.
Well, once again, he reared back and just challenged Ryan Roberts and threw it right by him. Now it's 0-2.
Now we're sitting on an 0-2 count here. He gets a hit here. Diamondbacks get some more runs. They may not have to use puts in the 9th. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Roberts has a walk and a run score tonight and has struck out and grounded to third. Roberts 2 for 7 this year with the bases loaded. And he took it outside.
Well, he wanted to offer at it. He didn't.
Pretty good zip on that fastball at 94.
He reared back and blistered that one and just missed. No, he didn't go. We're hungry. We want some tacos.
They have the dancing tacos on that sign.
I noticed that.
Very clever.
All right, come on. Feed him, Ryan Roberts. Feed him.
There's a drive deep to left. It's going to be caught, I believe. It'll get a run home, though, and it's taco time here. The out recorded. Gonzalez dropped it, but the out was made. A run is in. It's a 6-2 Diamondback lead. They got their tacos.
We got tacos. Nice at bat there from Roberts. And they are dancing in the aisles over there in the radio booth.
That is 6 consecutive games now where the Diamondbacks have scored 6 or more runs.
I mean, Jeff Munn, you can see the excitement with him. That's Jeff right there. The Candyman and Leo. These guys, as soon as I can clear the teleprompter, there we go.
Lyle Overbay is going to pitch hit now. Now they can sit down and relax the rest of the night. They got their tacos for tomorrow.
The Lucha Libre guys are stoked.
And again, that's 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. 6-2 now. Diamondbacks on top. And JJ has quit throwing.
Nice pitch there from Ekstrom. I would imagine now that's going to sit J.J. Putz down in the bullpen, and that'll probably bring on Mike Zagurski now. Yeah, that's going to be Zagurski. There's no longer a save opportunity.
Good fastball there. Split the plate in half. 1-2 on Overbay. Six-2 Diamondbacks here in the last of the 8th inning. A check swing or a didn't go. Inside now, full count. Now that means the runners will go. Montero off second and Young off first with 2 down. Oh, froze him on the breaking pitch, and that's it. But it's taco night again here at Chase Field. The Diamondbacks get 6 in the ball game. They lead at 6-2. It's 5-3. Luis Cruz hits this home run just over the reach of Matt Holliday out in left field. And in that Giants ball game, we mentioned it's a 7-1 Giants lead. Big night for Buster Posey. 3 for 3, including a home run, 4 runs batted in this RBI single here. The Giants sitting atop the National League West. And it's the standings at the moment.
Diamondbacks trying to get right back to the top of Mount 500.
How about the Padres pulling 3.5 in front of the Rockies? They're playing much better baseball. But both teams still well displaced from the rest of the division. Mike Zagurski comes on, appearing for the 27th time this season, the left-hander.
He just continues to throw the ball well, especially lately. He's going to have his hands full, though, with Carlos Gonzalez as his first batter. And Carlos probably not too pleased the way things have gone right now. He's 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs as he faces the left-hander out of Kansas.
Yeah, that won't make him too happy.
And when Zagurski's throwing strikes, Greg, good things happen.
That's hit deep, and that's hit far, and that ball is out of here.
Woo. I guess that wasn't a really good thing that happened.
20th of the year. Opposite field against the left-hander, and JJ's going to get up immediately now in the bullpen.
Well, we said that he was probably not too pleased with the way things have gone tonight. And he showed Mike Zagurski just how displeased he is. He hits a rocket into the left center seats. That boy can hit.
Yes, he can. 67th run batted in. And it's a 3-run game now, 6-3. Here's Kadire. That was the first hit for a Rocky tonight. Between the 2 and 6 spots in the order, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 had gone hitless against Ian Kennedy. They were 0 for 16. Scudero, Gonzalez, Kadire, Colvin, and Hernandez. 1-1 on Kadire, who has grounded to first, struck out swinging, fly to right field. Missed inside. Ian Kennedy going 8 here tonight. First time since last June that the same Diamondbacks starter has gone back-to-back starts of 8 or more innings. Kennedy did it the last time also. Ball 3, 3-1. Well, now it gets a little dicey here.
All of a sudden now Zagurski trying to make this thing interesting.
You know, it was not a safe situation, but it's the 9th inning. And sometimes coming in that situation, it becomes a little different for a pitcher. You walked him. So home run and a walk. I'm going to guess it's probably going to be it.
That's going to have to be it. Yeah, Gibby's going to have to come out and get Zagurski.
He just couldn't do it. So JJ now comes in a save opportunity. We'll see how this one closes out. Bronco will leave. JJ will come in. Crowd will rise to its feet. Contributor with the bat.
Kind of the Ian Kennedy show. Very typical Ian Kennedy night. And that is plenty of strikeouts, plenty of fly balls.
No walks.
Yeah, no walks. And now it's time for the bullpen to go ahead and get him that win. JJ's on for the save. 17 out of 20 this year.
And the Rockies one base runner away from getting the tying run to the plate here. And they'll miss outside. So Zagurski faces two batters, gets nobody out, allows a hit, a home run, and he walked him in while he was in there. And now JJ. High fly ball foul. Roberts going out. Kubel coming in. They slide. Nobody can get it. And a collision there. Roberts takes a header, but everybody gets up okay.
Well, Jason Kubel must have been playing at about the 413 sign. That ball had a lot of hang time.
Good hustle down there. Nice try by both. Kubel was more looking at Roberts at the end than up at the baseball. He seemed kind of look down, make sure they weren't going to collide.
Self-preservation is always a good thing. You don't want either of those two guys getting any time on the bench when it's not necessary.
A ball and a strike on Tyler Colvin. Swing and a miss. The ball is up. Didn't get it. JJ has been very good since late May. 8 for 8 in the save column. Low ERA over covering 16 innings. And a 167 batting average against. Not hit quite as far down the line. Roberts makes a nice running catch. And now he turns and gets it back into the infield.
A really good play, especially after making the sprint 2 pitches earlier. He goes right back to the same area and makes a nice play over the shoulder for the first big out of the inning.
Great hustle. Real nice play by Roberts.
And he's back to the play.
So Roberts takes care of Colvin for the first out here on the night. And now here is Ramon Hernandez, who twice has tried Willie Bloomquist, come up empty, and once tried Justin Upton the line drive for an out. Strike outside corner. Diamondbacks with a win here tonight would get back to 500. And would run their record on this homestand to 4-0 with 2 big outs to get. Woods trying to save it for Kennedy. Swing and a ball into the dirt, and that's strike 2, and that was a split at its best right there.
And he throws that first pitch fastball for a strike. He speeds you up, and then he throws you that beautiful split finger that just falls right off the table, and he can make you look bad with it.
He's got him sent up 0-2. Gonzalez homer to start the inning off Zagurski, who then walked Kadire, but JJ came on. Got Colvin on a foul ball out. He's 0-2 on Hernandez, the catcher. Double play ball would end this game. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. High. 1-2 the count. JJ takes his time to get his sign. Now he's set. High again, 2-2.
Trying to get him to chase that letter high fastball, and Hernandez not cooperating.
The guy on deck for the Rockies has had a big night. The rookie Josh Rutledge, he has hit a home run and a double. Scored a couple of runs. Two. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Got him to chase. 2 down to the ninth.
That's a devastating split finger. Well, follow Fox Sports Arizona's coverage of the Diamondbacks with MLB.com at Bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit dbacks.com for details. And I pity the fool that doesn't have that app.
All right, here we go. 2 outs, ninth inning. Here's Rutledge against JJ. Strike call, 0-1. Fans making noise. Trying to help the Diamondbacks win their 4th straight here. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Devastating split finger tonight.
Pretty good, isn't it?
That's 3 of the best ones I've seen him throw. Golly.
Just drops right down. AJ leans in to get his sign. 6-3 Diamondbacks. 9th inning, 2 outs for the Rockies. Got him. Diamondbacks won it 4 in a row to start the homestand. They get back to 500 with the win. 7 straight home games won by the D-backs. And boy, they put the offense on the opposition. So the Diamondbacks a winner. Post-game activities with Todd and Joe coming up. For Mark Grace, Jody Jackson, I'm Greg Schulte. 6-3 Diamondbacks have beaten the Rockies.